Hello Internet, and welcome to my live reaction for Eden Zero Chapter 61. When we last left our hero, Shiki had barged into the Crimson Woman's tower, beat up some robots, had made some moves against her enforcers, and a couple strikes against the Crimson Woman herself. Meanwhile, Rebecca was rallying the Resistance, and I think she successfully got Homer to come with them. That was a little bit vague. But also, Drac and Joe has hijacked the eye beam weapon thing, and that's kind of where we left off. So let's jump right on into Chapter 61, Enter Arsenal. We open on I think it's the Crimson Oculus or something. Satellite Blaze, the super wide-range laser cannon. It's too good to be that hag's toy. That one machine can locate and attack any target. I wouldn't call it a toy. And then I don't remember the rest of Drac and Joe. We cut to Drac and Joe. I should have opened with that. But I don't remember his cronies' names. But one of them asks, "And we're going to use it to search for the Eden Zero?" Nope. I have other uses for this baby. What? After all that trouble to take it, it won't find the Eden Zero? We don't need to find it anymore. A coincidence, a funny thing. It's not far from here. The Eden Zero is at our 3 o'clock at a distance of 7,500. And he pulls up the Eden Zero on the screen, locks onto it. That's the Eden Zero? It's smaller than I thought. Well, yeah, compared to the Burial Goer, which I'm guessing is Draken's ship's name. So how do we steal it? Hand-to-hand combat. We're going in. Oh, so I guess Draken's gonna play his cards as the real arch-villain. But anyway, we cut back to the tower. Get me the Kurenai Dragoon. Destroy Draken's ship this instant. Also, we're using the official translation here, so we are calling her Madam Kurenai instead of the Crimson Woman. Again, those names are very confusing and annoying, whatever. Anyway, her henchman calls back, "It isn't finished yet. We still need time for the debugging." I don't care, as long as it moves. Yes, my lady. Zaiten 3, you go squash the uprising in the labor district. You got it? Yeah, and Nino, I'd rather not. Nino! Yes, ma'am. So I guess we're not having a final battle here, because everyone's kind of leaving. But Shiki yells, "What are you going to do to the labor district?" "I'm going to kill all who defy me. Homer is down there too, you know. Even better, I can erase her with the rest of them." You! And Shiki just glares at her. And there's this boom above above Lady Kurenai, and Shiki looks up in shock as this shadow covers over him, and we see a fist appear, and it's this gigantic robot that we saw at the end of last chapter. What is that thing? My Night Gear, the Kurenai Dragoon. Is Night Gear like related to Ether Gear somehow? I don't know. Now boarding. And she jumps into a little hatch in the Kurenai Dragoon, and it closes behind her. I'll have to take care of you before I can get to Draken. And the Dragoon lights up, and it brings its fist down on Shiki. And it sends him flying out of the building. But he uses his Ether Gear to, like, right himself, and lands on the wall of the building. And the Dragoon comes out, and I think smashes him? I can't quite tell if that's hitting, Shiki. Oh no, he didn't land on the wall of the building, he landed on the wall of, like, a highway. Like, an overpass that, like, on the wall of the, like, a little rectangle thing, right on the wall of that. And it smashes down on the highway where Shiki is. And all the townspeople call out, "What's going on? There's a Night Gear in the city! Run! Behold, this power, this mobility. This is truly the planet's mightiest Night Gear, the Kurenai Dragoon." And the Dragoon goes for another punch on Shiki, but Shiki jumps past it and readies a punch of his own and slams onto the Dragoon. It doesn't really do much. You think bare human fists can even scratch the latest model of Night Gear? We see the impact seems to have torn Shiki's sleeve, I think. Then we cut to the labor district as the Punishers are swarming in. Those blasted Punishers are attacking! Damn it, we were supposed to attack them first. Well, let's send them packing. Yeah! Our hearts are with Lady Valkyrie. We're back with the leaders of the Resistance. 1 + 2 makes 1,000,000 power. And Rebecca looks at them. Wait, you sure it's not 3? Calculation results. Perpetually 3, says Pino. But Rebecca turns back to Pino and Happy. Let's go help. Aye, my EMP is fully charged. I'll make sure Homer and Valkyrie stay safe. So I guess Homer is not ready to fight yet, because Rebecca's trying to protect her. But anyway, back at the battle, the Labor District people are putting up a valiant fight against the Punishers, and Rebecca comes out as well and starts shooting the Punishers and gets a call from Pino. 4 enemies down. Don't the enemy soldiers have ether coating? I estimate a high defense versus physical bullets, but low ether resistance. Then these happy blasters will be super effective. And she starts shooting some more, and all the Punishers behind her explode. She just kind of like does the crossed hands gun thing and like smiles. That girl's really something. Of course, she's a friend of Lady Valkyrie's top disciple. She even beat the Black Rock. And all the Resistance guys, what? And then we see something coming towards the Labor District. High energy reading approaching, and it crash lands, and it's Lion Boy, whose name I still don't know. Gah! You can't go starting uprisings, you know. You made Madam Kurenai mad. What of the Zaiten 3? The Zaiten Baku, the Axe of Heaven. So that's his name. The high-speed Axe Man. And Rebecca looks at him. Zaiten 3? And you're making me mad, too. And he, like, swings his axe around, everyone goes flying, and Rebecca looks in shock at this. And someone comes up to, like, deflect Baku's axe. I'm guessing it's Nino. But it's not Rebecca, who looks at it in shock. Baku's also kind of angry, and Pino is, like, wide-eyed. I thought we were here to find somebody. How did it turn into this? Weisz! Oh, is it Weisz? Wrong. My name is Arsenal, the weapon-clad steel warrior. God, Weisz, you fucking dork. You fucking dork. So yeah, for a second there I thought it was Nino who would come in. But no, it's Weisz. It's Weisz. That is Mr. Weiss's voice. The name is Arsenal. And that's the end of the chapter. It's the official translation, so we don't have next time's chapter titles. But yeah, that's the end of this chapter. It was really good. It kind of set back the pacing in a way I think it really needed to. I mentioned the last couple of chapters be kind of like headed like headlong into the finale that we really weren't all that ready for. But now we're still in like the last act of the arc probably, but it doesn't feel like it could end any week now. There's still Baku and Garrett to fight. Nino to probably betray Madam Kurenai, Madam Kurenai to handle, and then Draken and his cronies are coming. The arc still has a lot of ground to cover before it ends, which is not what it felt like the past couple of weeks, which is a good feeling. I felt like that was moving a little too fast, and now we're moving at a better pace. But for the chapter itself, I think it was a lot of fun. It was mostly just battles. Shiki versus Kurenai that went pretty well. Or was pretty fun. Shiki's not doing too terribly hot, but he could be doing worse right now. He can't quite make a dent on the Kurenai Dragoon, but the Kurenai Dragoon is also not making much of a dent on him. So they're in a kind of... He's not doing great, but he's also not doing too badly either, I'd say. Then, Draken's coming, as I mentioned, and in the Labor District, things are kind of looking up, Rebecca's able to do a lot of damage against the Punishers because they're not exactly equipped to resist ether, which makes sense, I'd say, because I don't think much of the Labor District has ether weapons. But, let's see, what else is there? But then we have Weiss's new armor, which, yeah, Arsenal is here, who is totally not Weisz. It's a pretty cool design, I will admit. I kind of dig it. It's kind of, it feels a little like Sentai, which is probably the point. But yeah, I think it's a really neat turn of events. I do hope Rebecca I hope it doesn't just turn into Weisz handling the Zaiten 3. I hope Rebecca actually gets to go in there and fight someone. Preferably not Nino, though I can see Nino and Rebecca being, like, the matchup that it goes with, given they already have that history. But, again, I don't imagine that Nino is going to fall by, like, being defeated. I imagine Nino is going to turn and fight against Kurenai in the end. So I want Rebecca to have an enemy that she actually, like, beats. As much as I love the kind of Lucy Brandish dynamic the two of them could have, because if you've seen my fairy tale videos, you know I'm a big fan of that Lucy Brandish dynamic. I want Rebecca to actually, like, beat someone, you know? So have her beat up Garrett. Though I can definitely see Homura fighting Garrett in revenge for what Garrett did at the beginning of the arc. That makes sense. So I also want Homura to be the one who beats Kurenai in the end, because that's kind of what she deserves. I don't know. There are a lot of different ways this arc could go out. A lot of them are really good, and I want to see where we go from here. But I don't have any answers right now, so I'm just going to leave this video off here. Hope you all enjoyed the chapter and the video itself. If you did, don't forget to drop me a like or subscribe, or, you know, do whatever makes you happy, you know? And remember, your life is your own, okay? Bye!